Today, I'm going to be completing the most difficult, useless, and never-before-attempted challenge in Crusader Kings 3. Making the perfect superhumans through a eugenics program, collecting all of these overpowered traits, and using my new irresistible character to ruin every important marriage in Europe by sleeping with everyone's spouse. Hello, Autowans and Autowins from around the globe. Today we're back playing Crusader Kings 3, a map-based game that lets you play as a medieval ruler, war your neighbors, gain territory and power over time, and form a mighty empire. But today I'm gonna throw all that out the window and instead focus on the only mechanic that matters. At least on Reddit anyways. Eugenics. You see, in this game, you can marry and have kids with people that might have inheritable traits. So knowing that, my goal today is very simple. I'm gonna start with a lame-o character. And then using eugenics, over the generations, I have to collect and maintain the 3 best inheritable traits: Genius, Herculean, and Beautiful. Now, these have a bunch of overpowered modifiers, so they don't make this easy to do. In fact, you can lose traits along the generations, so this is a difficult task on its own. But then I've also tasked myself to get all of these traits in a single life, which is mostly random unless you have my tactics, which is even harder. And if I could pull all that off in a single life, I still have to seduce 20 rulers in Europe. But once we do that, we'll have a giga ruler, and I'll be able to crown myself king of absolutely useless made-up CK3 challenges. Kinda like that. Alright, we're ready to get started then. And naturally, there's no better place to start a eugenics program than the north of France. Yes, exactly. Not what you were thinking.
Hey, yo, what the?
Because the French have this cultural tradition that we can completely abuse and exploit to essentially break this game and run our eugenics program like none has been ever run before. But we'll get back to this exploit in just a second. First, we need a character to start our superhuman race. Now, I know you've heard of Chads and Big Chunguses. Chungusai? Chungoose? Chungies? Whatever. But ladies and gentlemen, today I present to you Mr. Steal Yo Girl himself, Eugene. Now, Eugene himself, not much of a looker. In fact, he doesn't really have any good traits at all. He's even weak. But he's gonna be the perfect person for starting our superhuman race. All because of his stunning personality. My mom always told me, it's your personality that counts. Dear God, I hope she's right. Because Eugene here he kind of looks like a malnourished Lord Farquaad, if I'm being honest. Like Duloc's got a bread shortage or something. So let's just cover that up, actually.
Perfect.
Now he's ready to start a race of people destined to sleep with everyone's spouse in all of Europe. So in looking for a wife, I found this woman here, who is a mother-flippin' genius, which is actually quite good for the early game because it gives you +5 in all your stats across the board. Now, I'm not gonna go too deep here, but essentially there's 3 tiers of intellect traits, genius being the highest. And if I marry this woman, we have a 25% chance of having a genius kid, and a slightly smaller percentage chance of having one of the lesser traits. So let's go ahead and lock that in.
Salut à tous.
And in theory, if we have 4 kids together, we should have at least 1 genius. And next, we have to talk about actually breaking the game in this playthrough. Kind of. To do that, you need to understand this currency right here, renown. So renown's used to do a few things, like buy legacy traits. These are super important because they give you a ton of benefits, such as noble veins, that gives you a plus 30% chance of inheriting good congenial traits. In fact, all the perks of this blood tree are going to be super important for us. Now, earning renown is based on how many family members you have in power all around the world and how famous you are. But when you're a nobody like Eugene here with absolutely no family, it is usually very, very difficult to get, which is what makes the game perfectly balanced. Wonder where I stole that from. However, with our little strategy, we might be able to exploit this to get enough renown to run the most successful eugenics program in the world. So in order to gain lots and lots of renown very quickly and rush these perks, we have to be romancing everybody in sight. Why? Well, because the French have this chivalry tradition right here, which gives you 50 renown for each successful romance scheme you run. Now, if we could guarantee a romance scheme was successful, well, do you see how this could be kind of a game-breaking tactic? Now, doing the math, if I run this on cooldown at 1 romance every 2 years, in 150 years, that gives us enough renown to buy 5 legacy perks.
I'm good with calculation.
So we're gonna get all these overpowered perks for barely doing anything, except for being an absolute lady killer. So I need to find somebody to romance, but if I just pick anybody at random, there's only a small chance it'll succeed. However, because Eugene has a great personality and is gregarious, I can search for gregarious women. My mom was right after all. You'll see this gives me a whole bunch of people who all have 100% romance chance. Because gregarious people like other gregarious people. Who would have thought? So with this tactic, we've essentially just broken renown and legacy traits and have guaranteed a quick and easy playthrough here. Oh, and our wife gained the trait pregnant while I was romancing some other French chick. Perfect. Ah, we had a daughter, and she's a genius. The first of many. I shall name you Eugenie, which is actually a French name. It's mostly for old ladies, but sometimes attractive tennis players. Ah, a genius right off the bat. You know, they say greatness isn't hereditary, but it is when I play, I'll tell you that much. So our first romance scheme here has finished up. All we have to do is go ahead and romance her. Boom, and it worked. So we'll lock it in with a quick peck on the cheek. And you see, just like that, we got 50 renown. Wow, that was easier than titling a CK3 video. Having the most deadest, rarest, painful culture in all of CK3 as Vikings. Inbred Vikings. And if you really want views, Polish inbred Vikings. I've also petitioned my liege and bent the knee to him, giving me 25 renown each. You can't do these very often, but I'll do them whenever I get the chance. Well, and it looks like we've had a son with our wife. Oof, he is just intelligent and not a genius. You know, that's fine. We knew statistically this was gonna happen. You, sir, shall be forgotten. Perfect. Okay, so I've just finished my 4th romance scheme, giving us another 50 renown, leaving us with a total of 250, which is the first milestone we need for our first legacy perk. So I'll pick this one up. Okay, and we have this daughter who is albino. Okay, well, we definitely don't want that. In fact, I don't even want to see this kid. Dun, 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 dun. Much better. She is going to be the living embodiment of the Edix Dynasty motto. Be good or be disinherited. Oh no! Our little son's fallen ill! Don't worry, we'll get you the best of medical care.
A few moments later.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have some terrible news. Our son has passed away. Succumbed to illness before his prime. And under my breath, I whisper our motto. Be good or be disinherited. All right, moving on. I guess it's not a real eugenics run if the less than perfect heirs don't tragically die. This game literally turns me into the biggest monster. Next up, I want to take a look at my courtiers. So these are the people near me that live in my realm, and I'm going to make sure I'm linking them up in marriages, and I want to be pairing up, pretty people with other pretty people and smart people with other smart people. So hopefully they can have children with good traits, and we'll be able to marry them later on and kind of avoid only our family members having good traits. Because if only our family members have good traits, well, we might gain a little touch of the Habsburg jaw, you know? Not ideal. I already did that in a video. So Eugenie here is looking pretty sick, not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna want to play as her, so I'll link her up with a genius husband so that she has an 80% chance of having a genius kid. Okay, so we've died and we'll now be playing as our daughter Eugenie. Now she's already had a genius son, so that's kind of a dub. Naturally, I'm just gonna keep romancing people like normal. I'm gonna do that throughout this whole gameplay. Our options are, super creepy. Like, I would not accept a drink from this guy if I was at a feast. But I guess when you look like this and you have to romance people to form a race of superhumans, beggars can't be choosers. But if I'm searching by her traits, they're all 100% success chance. So we're good to go. Okay, I'm a little stressed out, so I'm just gonna go on a quick hunt to reduce that. Bruh, okay, this random dude just seduced me on the hunt. Boson. I must have misclicked or something. Okay, well, he's a beautiful lisper. Not what you want to see, but I guess it could be worse. Okay, it's worse. I'm a little bit pregnant, just a scooch, and it's definitely that guy from the hunt. All right, and I've had the kid, and she's intelligent, pretty, and lisping. I'm definitely not going to be playing as you. You shall be named Princess Might Not Make It. Perfect, and after a few more romances of creepy old men, we can unlock the Convergent Blood perk, giving us plus 30% chance at better traits. Okay, so some years have passed, I wed this Herculean husband, and we had a kid, and this kid is sick, look at him! So now we'll have 2 sick traits in our line. We just have to manage to get a 3rd, which is the hardest part, but I have a cheeky little plan for that. Alright, our daughter Might Not Make It has grown up, and I've got to marry her off. I'm looking at potential suitors here, and who is on the list but her father, not listed as her father here? Boson. Chance of children high, guaranteed to have a lisp. I gotta do it for the memes. It's a match made in heaven. Wow, okay, I called another hunt to lose some stress, and I got this pop-up, where my son here is being attacked. Now, if I jump in front of him, there's a 28% chance I die and he dies, which would work out literally perfect for me, because I'm kind of old, and then my succession should pass to my next oldest son, this kid right here. I gotta give this a try. Boom, and we died, sick. What? Okay, after like 5 minutes of trying to figure it out, I think I got it. I died, so the game thought I was playing as this son for like half a second. And then he died, but his succession goes to his oldest sibling, which is her. The Lisper married to her actual father. Okay, so yeah, we'll make the most of this. Okay, so our husband slash secret father died, which means we can now link up with a new husband, a better husband. Looking around, I found this guy. Now, he may not look good, but let me tell you, he is going to be absolutely perfect for taking our eugenics program to the next level here by helping us get this decision right here, strengthening the bloodline, which is actually overpowered. With him, we have a 25% chance of inheriting each of these. But with that boost to my legacy, we have an increase of 30%. Twice, here and here. So 25% times 1.3 times 1.3 gives us 0.422, and if we multiply 0.422 times 0.422 times 0.422, we get this. If I did the math right, that means we have a 7% chance our kids come out with all 3 of these traits. And if I did that wrong, this will be the most commented video on all of YouTube. So either way, big win for me. Regardless, if we can get a kid with all of these traits, we'll be able to unlock that decision. Oh, finally! Okay, so after 7 kids, we packed Orphan. He's handsome, he's robust, he's a genius, he's got everything we need to strengthen our bloodline and get insane bonuses for our eugenics program. So I'm just gonna disinherit all these stinkers I had up till here, and we can play as this kid eventually. Bruh. Okay, so I got this pop-up. My liege wants to imprison me. I may have done the old hanky-pank outside of marriage, and somebody found out about it, which is a crime, but only for women, apparently. Thank you, Catholicism. Anyways, there is a surefire way to get out of any prison sentence in Crusader Kings 3. My time has come. A warm bath and a nice toaster should do me good. Free at last, toaster bath. But now we'll be playing as Eugene IV, age 2. But the most important part, we can execute this decision here, strengthening the bloodline. So this decision is so clutch. It gives you insane bonuses to your traits, and all you have to do is have one of each type of trait, 1 tier 3, and no bad traits. Let's lock this in. And this little child here is now known as the Bloodfather, but we need him looking like the Bloodfather. Ah, perfect. What a total Eugene, bruh. You might think this is just a turban I got him in, but it's actually a thin cloth wrapped around his giant f***ing brain. He's so smart. Look how much learning he's got for a 2-year-old. So I'm gonna link him up with a wife this life that is fecund, giving increases to our fertility. We're essentially going to try and have as many kids as possible, and hopefully we get one with each of these traits. Damn, and this life has been going pretty well. I revoked some holdings, started making gold, and I've been romancing everyone constantly. Sometimes it's a bit rough, like Eugene gotta be kissing some old ladies. Kinda brutal, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But finally, we have another dynasty legacy available to us. So I'm gonna grab Resilient Bloodline. Now, I've been working on a claim all the way over here, and the reason I'm doing that is because next we need to get one of the most difficult to obtain yet overpowered congenial traits in our line. The pure-blooded trait. It's next to impossible to pick up. The reason it's so overpowered is because it gives you boost to your fertility, health, and reduces the chance you get the terrible inbred trait. But why is it so hard to get? Well, it's only generated naturally through incest. But even if you just commit incest once, it still has an abysmally low chance of spawning through it. The only other option to get it is to marry somebody with it and hope it gets inherited. Now, looking at our character finder here, there is one woman with pure-blooded. She's currently living in Lithuania, so the only problem is I can't talk to her because she's so far away. Now, to take care of this mail-order bride stitch, I just need to steal a little piece of land down here so I can interact with her. Easy as you like, we pick up the land and we go to interact with the lady. Okay. Not to worry, I could just reset my perks, pick up the kidnapper trait, and we can lure this child to our court. I hope nobody takes these sound bites out of context. 42% chance we kidnap her. Soon she'll be at my mercy. Okay, no biggie, we'll just try it again. Soon she'll be at my mercy. Soon she'll be at my mercy. Soon she'll be at my mercy. Jeez, 4 times a charm.
Kids are very wary of being lured these days. Thank you, Dateline.
So now that we've kidnapped her, we can just recruit her to our court and arrange a marriage with our player heir here, who is sick, by the way, and has all the good traits. So now we just have to get lucky, and one of their kids have to have all of these traits and pure-blooded. So I've died, and I'm playing as my son now. Bruh, first pull, and we packed a little messy. Oh my god, that's sick, bro. So we will now have the pure-blooded trait in our line. And if only I could get this kid to do the success meme pose. But now we're gonna have to lock in all these traits for good while we go about collecting the rest through RNG. And there's only one way to do that. You have to pull a player right out of the Book of Habsburgs. So I'm gonna switch to the learning lifestyle, go up the profit tree, which makes creating a religion cheaper, because we're gonna need a religion to legally marry our own family members, because despite my efforts, people out in the wild are just not as sick as my own family members. So I'm gonna go on a nice pilgrimage and just hoard my faith. Okay, so it's a bit later, let's pick up profit, and we can go ahead and create our new faith. So for this, we're gonna want carnal exhilaration and sacred childbirth, which both give us increases to our fertility. In terms of tenets, we're gonna go grab polygamy so we can have multiple wives, hence more children. Again, the more children we have, the better chances we have of having an insane kid with all these perks. Finally, unrestricted marriage, so we can marry our family members, no problems, and get those good traits. Dear God, someone's gonna compile all these clips and I'm gonna get canceled forever. So we just need a name for our new religion. So I know you've heard of alpha males, you've heard of sigma males, but our religion's gonna be the epsilon males, the next step in the absolute evolution of eugenes. Finally, looking at our succession, our primary heir is looking good, bit of a drunk, but that's fine. What do they say? The milk of the cow is fine for the calf, but not for me. And now I can link him up with someone with sick traits, our cousin. Yikes. Their kids are almost guaranteed to be awesome. Okay, so this life I've been strategically picking any pop-up that's gonna stress me out. I'm almost at the max stress level, so if I just go over here and reset my perks. Oh boy, I'm too stressed out to continue. Let's abdicate the throne and we will now be playing as our heir. What's in a name? With the babe cradled in her arms, Duchess Eleanor looks up at me, head held high. My love, let us name him Eugene after you. Okay, let's take a look at him. Bruh! That's insane. Pure-blooded, fecund, intelligent, handsome, and Herculean. And a giant. Look at this little Hasbula-looking guy, bro. What I don't understand is where you got giant from.
And now I can link him up with someone with sick traits, our cousin.
Oh yeah. Anyways, doesn't matter. I had all these kids here already, but we're gonna be playing as Eugene. I'll almost guarantee it. Oh my days, I was murdered. But that's okay because I'm playing as Eugene now. That's totally fine. He is near perfect. Taking a look at him, he has 2 awesome kids. Look at him. Wonder who they're gonna marry, eh? We also have this daughter here, and she's a little inbred, if you couldn't tell. You will note some time has gone by and I have another legacy to choose from. And we'll be marching on up the glory tree now. Because earning respect here will give me personal scheme power at plus 25% chance. Which is going to be incredibly important for ruining every marriage in Europe while seducing everyone's wife. So I just took the Duchy of Brittany to give me more power so I can eventually break free from my liege. Speaking of, he's actually a little twerp right now. So I should be able to break free if I had a couple alliances to help me out. So I've won a couple battles with my allies, and we won the Independence War.
So long, Bowser.
So the time has come to pass on. I'm gonna go ahead and end my life here. And now we'll be playing as this drunken genius, Amazonian, beautiful, fecund, pure-blooded daughter, who I married to her brother. But don't worry about that. They have some amazing kids, and that's what you need to focus on. Like, this kid. Now, surely you're thinking, with a character as good as this, it's time to start seducing everyone. But no, we still need a few more traits. The next big one I want to pick up is consecrated blood. And once we achieve that, that'll actually set in motion 2 other traits. So to get consecrated blood, you need a holy site. And for the epsilon males, there's one right here over in Kent. So I'm gonna declare war on England, who's quite weak right now.
You're pathetic.
So it's been a little while, a couple of battles, and we pick up Kent. Beautiful. So now we can create the head of faith for our religion. And the only thing we need to get consecrated blood is to be a religious icon. So all I have to do is just hoard our faith. All right, it's been 1 lifetime later. I've been going on pilgrimages like crazy and taking any option that gives me more faith. And we now have 5,500, so we can in fact consecrate the blood. All right, so if you look over here at our heir, you can see he has the consecrated blood trait. Now, this trait's not that sick, but what it does do is sets us up absolutely perfectly so that we have a higher percentage chance of picking up strong and shrewd in this, which usually you cannot get together, but with my cheeky tactics, oh baby, it's gonna be a walk in the park. But for that, we need to do one more thing. We need to look down here to Africa. You see, there's 2 religions in this game which have access to this perk, adoricism, which in terms of running a eugenics program is probably the best out there. So now that we have consecrated blood already, and we've been hoarding our piety for a whole lifetime, we could actually go ahead and switch religions to this Bori religion. Glory to Bori, baby. And the religious territory up here in France is a bit of a mess. But that's okay, because this broken tenant is going to make us all powerful, so it is completely worth it. Okay, so it's been a little while, and I have disinherited all my heirs except for the best one, Eugene. And I have enough piety left over for the Earning Respect perk, which improves our scheme power. And we'll be continuing as King Eugene over here. He's pretty good, other than being a drunk. That seems to be running in our line here. But this is the last life I have to do things in. All I'm gonna do is save my piety to reform our religion one final time. And then I just have to make sure we're playing as a young heir, and oh baby, we're gonna be seducing everybody in sight. And our former spouse was sick. Look at all these traits. So we had some great kids with her. Some of them are not bad. You know, Fabrice has got all great traits, but he's missing pure-blooded. Princess Half Decent, also amazing traits, but she's just quick instead of a genius, and we wouldn't want that. Princess A Little Better, who's got everything except for pretty and pure-blooded. And then we have Princess Complete Disappointment, who's just a little bit inbred. Who could forget Princess Disappointment 2, who's also inbred. But finally, we get down to Prince Clutter. He's literally perfect, this kid. This 6-year-old is better than most full-grown men. He's smarter, he's stronger, he's more diplomatic, he's better with money. He's exactly what we need to fulfill our goal today. And another lifetime of continuous pilgrimages later, and we can finally reform our faith again, mostly to give the Bori unrestricted marriage. So here I picked up Unrelenting Faith, giving us a boost to our prowess, Adoricism, which gives us this overpowered decision, and finally Christian cynicism, because I'm hoping this will help deter the Catholics from hating me and crusading me. This religion shall be the Gamma Males. Ah, yes, my religious cluster up here. Coming together quite nicely. There's only like 1 million religions around. And we've had a daughter, Princess Half Decent here, and she's looking pretty good. We're gonna link her up with Prince Eugene, my absolute chad of a son here. And they are almost guaranteed to have Amazonian, beautiful, fecund children with a high possibility of pure-blooded, high possibility of genius. So it's been a while, and now I'm an old, fat drunk. I'm looking into the future. I'm going on lots of feasts and binge drinking, so hopefully I can just drink myself to death, and we can play as our beautiful heir. I've also filled up my councils with courtiers that hate me, so they have a high chance of actually murdering me. Okay, another feast. We gotta go to another one. He's gotta drink himself to death eventually. Okay, I'm going to another feast. Come on. Okay, let's go to another feast. Okay, let's indulge in drink. Bro, how is his health just fine still? Come on! I literally always die from drinking myself to death, and now I'm going on 1 million feasts, and the guy can't do it. Ugh. Okay, Eugene here, my primary heir, is too old. Because I want to play as somebody that's like 16, but he had this son here, my grandson. And just look at him, he's actually sick too. So I'm going to try and live until he's about 16. Bruh, and now that I want to live, I get I'll die within a year. Okay, no worries. We'll just play as him as a 9-year-old. It's fine. Now, in order to play as him, I have to be the father of the year. To jump to my grandson instead of my son, I have to disinherit all the other kids, and then I just have to imprison and execute Eugene, who was once destined to lead my line. So sorry, Eugene. But now, grandson Eugene will be our new heir. Okay, finally, I've drank myself to death, and we will be gaming as superhuman young Eugene here. Now, all we have to do is seduce 20 rulers in all of Europe. So this little thickums here has grown up and now has the option to take the decision, seek the aid of the spirits. This is the overpowered decision given to us from the tenant Adoricism. Essentially, you offer the gods some gold, ask for their advice, and they give you a sick perk. With it, if you always pick the one with the most money, the gods are likely to bless you up with 2 of the last 3 traits we need, strong or shrewd. So let's give it a shot. Boom, and we gain shrewd. dude. Ah, you love to see it. Now, I could run this every 5 years, so I figure in the next 2 or 3 pulls, I'm probably gonna get strong as well. Not that we necessarily need it, because King Eugene, oh, he's got some good stats, man. Okay, this is kind of interesting. So I was just looking around a bit to see what kingdoms I need to sleep with their spouses in order to complete my mission. And I found this king here. He's a fornicator and a sodomite. Yeesh. So we'll just go ahead and seduce him, knock this one off the list right quick. Apparently, it doesn't even matter that I'm not attracted to men, as long as we're both lustful. My God, what is this game? Oh, he sure knew how to please a man. And my young lad here has just seduced this king from Iberia. Perfect. Oh no! And the Catholics are coming for us! Not because of the, scheme I just read. More about the whole gamma male not believing in Jesus thing. Oh, we're gonna have to defend in this crusade. Honestly, not a huge deal. I could probably do that. Hold on a minute. Hold on. It looks like the Pope here is a little, he's a little gay. And that's interesting. Surely he wouldn't crusade against a lover, would he?
It's seduction time.
It was as sweet as it was fleeting. Boom, we slept with the Pope. So that's 2 rulers we've knocked off the list. We haven't even tried to start seducing everyone in Europe. So despite sleeping with us, he's still crusading me? Not cool, dude. I feel so used. I'll get my revenge on the battlefield. Wow, okay, this crusade is going sick. They're literally just trickling into every fight. What are they doing? Damn, and just like that, we won. Look how many battles we won, because they would just literally trickle in one after another. So I'm gonna change my court type to a diplomatic court so we could have a +1 max personal schemes running at the same time, meaning we could seduce 2 people at once and really start whoring myself out. All right, I can seek the aid of the spirits again. Oh, and just like that, we gained strong. Sweet. So now we have consecrated blood, pilgrim, beautiful, genius, Herculean, pure blood, fecund, shrewd, and strong. Oh boy. We're just missing athletic, which you can only kind of get through a random event firing. But look at this man. Oh, he's coming for your girl. So for this life, Eugene here, Mr. Steal Yo Girl himself, has been going up the seducer tree. So the temptation focus gives us a boost to our seducer schemes. The seducer perk itself gives us a huge bonus. And this smooth operator perk over here, another big bonus. The reason I need these is because although it's apparently very easy to sleep with men in Europe, women on the other hand are a little bit different. They don't want to commit adultery, and a lot of the time they actually love their spouse, so we really need to be a seducer in order to get him in the sack. But with these, we should be good to go. Next, I'm gonna flip on over to the learning tree, because when you're in the learning tree, you have a higher percentage chance of getting the athletic perk pop-up. But now it's time to start seducing people, and where better to start than in Scotland?
Scotland forever!
And this king looks a little confused, and it would appear he's actually bisexual also. So we'll go ahead and seduce him. We got a 95% chance it's gonna work. And you're saying, wow, 95% chance. Well, it's because we have seducer, we have smooth operator, and his opinion of us is so high. And his opinion of us is high because we have a high attraction. Look at all these modifiers to our attraction. And that's what's gonna increase opinion and allow us to pretty much seduce anyone. So while we're at it, we'll seduce his wife at the same time. Oh, baby, 2 at once. Perfect, and we've laid with him and his wife.
Hello there.
And if having both of them individually cheat on each other with me didn't ruin their marriage, well, I don't know what will. Next off, I'm off to seduce the queens of Wales and Ireland. Bang and bang. Pew pew. And bro, we got the pop-up I was looking for. Perfect. So here we can pick up journaler or athletic. I'm gonna go for athletic. I'm something of an athlete myself. Look at Eugene. He's literally got 45 prowess without doing anything. Oh no, the Queen of Scotland is at our bastard son. We're just gonna keep you a little secret. I've done enough damage to this marriage already. But you know, you gotta crack some eggs when you're making an omelet. And oh baby, we're making the mother of all omelets here. And here comes the Queen of East Francia. Perfect, check. Oh man, it's only a matter of time now. I pretty much just need to right-click people and seduce them. Oh, no! So I'm trying to seduce the Queen of Lotharingia here, and oh man, as I'm doing it, she got the trait Lover's Pox right before we laid with her. Oh, I better not catch that. All right, well, not much you can do, I guess. Oh, looks like we're all right. No! Oh, I spoke too soon. Oh, this playthrough just turned into a completely different challenge. Can my superhuman Eugene give everyone in Europe an STD? I'm kidding. Please don't demonetize me, YouTube. Thank you, Susan. Here's the Queen of England. Let's give that a shot. All right, so we've knocked off England off the list. Perfect. Enjoy the lover's box. Next, we're gonna lock in Burgundy. She wasn't much of a looker, but you gotta do what you gotta do. It's been a minute. We'll try for Italy and Brittany now. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock those two in. Boom, boom. And that gives us Frisia as well. And we bang the Queen of Denmark. And there's Norway. Woohoo. Man, this is too easy. Boom, there's Bohemia and Bavaria. We gave her the old lover's blocks, but lover's blocks? Whatever, she's got them. Feels bad. Next up, the Great Moravia. Venice. Herdonia. Oh, uh-oh. Looks like with the Queen of Brittany, we also had a little bit of a bastard boy. You should be mistaken too. And finally, the last one, the Byzantine Empress. 95% chance. Let's give it a roll to win the game with the title of, what was it? Just cut back in what the title name was. King of absolutely useless made-up CK3 challenges. Exactly that title. Perfect. Let's give it a shot. Perfect. And ladies and gentlemen, we've done it. Oh no, we gave her lover's box as well. Sheesh. But there you have it. We have seduced 20 queens in all of Europe. Eugene is looking amazing, other than the lover's box. So if I have any lesson to leave you with today, it's don't be silly, wrap your willy. And subscribe to the Ottawa Welshman. That one's pretty important too. We're trying to get to 100K here. And if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.